actually. Yeah. Hi.
What's up?
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
I wouldn't say that around these
So,
parts.
um, first things first, have you seen your favorite, Bonnie Blue, and what's going on with her petting zoo?
Yes, I have been on the deep dive. Did you watch the interview that she had that she got humbled and the woman was like, "So your family doesn't like you?" And she's like, "They support me." And she's like, "They might support you, but they must not like you because they're using you for financial gain." That's what she said to her.
Damn.
And then she was like,
Damn. Well,
"How would you feel if your daughter was doing this?" And Bonnie Blue was like, "I would explain to her the benefits, the pros, cons, and then go about it and be supportive."
wait, but did you see the petting zoo one from today?
So it's after, I don't know if you ever remember this in the 70s. There was like this
Yeah,
artist that did
they were
that,
comparing it to
and they were
that.
comparing
Yeah,
it to that, and how like people
it's
became like
insane.
very inhumane though.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Well, no, the examples they were giving from that artist, and I can't remember her name, whereas like she puts out what, like 40 different utensils and says you can use any of these on me. And like one was a loaded gun, and like one guy like slit her throat and like sucked and drank her blood. And she was like, afterwards, not a single person would look her in the eye, and they all just left immediately.
I did see that. And so can you only imagine what people are like these days? And if Bonnie Blue's laying there tied up naked, it's probably going to be disgusting. And my question is, are they filming this and like putting it on
Well, I'm
like an
sure.
OnlyFans or like a
I'm
YouTube?
sure.
Okay.
I'm sure. So she has like what, because I've been on a deep dive about Bonnie Blue recently. So there's conspiracies that she's AI, that she's like, yeah, there's like the new conspiracy theory is that she's AI because if you look at her eyes, they always kind of look like there's nobody behind them. So there's like a conspiracy about that. I don't know, like if the guy, like what's how,
Like
yeah.
she's not
There's a
even
whole,
real.
yeah, there's a whole conspiracy about
Well, I
that.
know what I'm doing later tonight.
And then all the stuff about like, yeah, so she has multiple TikToks, but they keep getting banned because she keeps on like trying to like kind of put stuff up that's almost OnlyFans worthy, but not quite. So she's got like 5 different TikToks, but each of them only has like 50,000 followers because they keep getting banned. Did you see her like infiltrating the Bop House?
Little young girl that looks like she's like 12, but she's really like 18 or
Mm-hmm.
something. Yeah, and then
Mm-hmm.
apparently the little blonde girl like regretted meeting with her. Like she like was going to
Well, that
film
makes
with
sense.
her, and then she like had some regrets about like making that decision. I don't know if she ever actually went through with the filming.
I don't know either, but there was all that like promo for that. I feel like it is like what's it called when you put on like something on the tabloids and everyone it's like clickbait. It's like clickbait exploitation at its
Yeah.
finest. And I don't uh we've already done a discussion about the ethical. Oh, wait, another thing. Did you ever watch Real Housewives of Atlanta?
No.
Okay. So I told you they started a new show with all the kids,
Yeah.
right?
Has that come out yet?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
so the first episode was last week. You should watch
I need
it.
to watch it.
It is more interesting if you've watched all the Real Housewives shows because one of the women, Bierman, what's her name?
Chris, I know who you're talking about.
Uh, I
Kim.
ran into her at the what? Kim. I ran into her at the Atlanta airport randomly, but so Kim Bierman, right? She's been in and out of divorce with Croy for 10 years, right? There's always like clickbait and news, et cetera, et cetera. So Ariana comes on and she's never been like on her own reality show. She's been on the Don't Be Tardy show for like 10 years or whatever. She comes on and on the first episode in the confessional, she's basically like, I started making ads like on Instagram or whatever for different companies when I was 14, when Don't Be Tardy started taking off. I made them from 14 to 18. And the commentator, the producer was like, how much did you make? And she was like, I have no idea. I never seen a dime of that money. And the producer was like, where's that money? And she was like, I wish I could tell you. I don't know. I assume Kim spent it all on things. And now Ariana's 21 and Kim still, like you see on the episode, Kim calling and asking her for money to take care of the 4 kids because Kim's depleted all of her savings on shopping. And then you see in the episode, she asked for money from Ariana to buy Ariana presents for Christmas. Can you imagine?
No.
And like, and Ariana's saying all this just like not even being like trying to put her mom down. She's like, because one of the biggest fights Ariana and her boyfriend get in is that her boyfriend's like, you need to set boundaries. Like, she's your mom. You need
It's
to
probably
stop
like her
paying for her.
normalcy, like what she's like used to.
Yeah, and it's not like her mom doesn't have money and is destitute and like Ariana's the only option. Like her mom had all this money and has a shopping addiction and won't stop spending it and then keeps on calling Ariana and claiming that it's to take care of the other 4 kids. Because by the way, she's got 6 kids.
Same man.
Same man.
Wow.
Yeah. Same man.
It's
They're
a big
all Croy.
family to support.
I'm pretty sure they're all Croy, even Ariana and Brielle. Well, Ariana Brielle might not be. It might just be the four youngest. I know the four youngest are. Oh, on top of which, Ariana's boyfriend's dad owns Zaxby's.
Oh, I think I did see something about this on Instagram. Yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah, you know why he's trying to get you to stop paying? Because he realizes his dad's money's about to pay.
Yeah, exactly. I could use some Zaxby's right now. I'm in the mood for something like that.
Some fried chicken. Oh, I love some fried chicken.
On a lighter note, have you come across Tyler, the Cruise karaoke singer?
No.
Okay, there's this like 18-year-old boy who is on this
Our
cruise.
TikTok algorithms are so different.
I think he's 18. And he like stands up there and he's like starting to sing that one I wanna show you that song, the nobody does it that like you, that song, old song. Who was singing? I'm tone deaf, but you know. Um, and all these people are on the cruise, like watching. They're kind of like rolling his eyes, and this guy starts like dancing. His voice is like Usher, like this little like
Right?
yeah, white 18-year-old young boy looks nothing like he can sing, and all the people stand up and they're like, oh my god. And so there's like video after video circling of Tyler the Cruise guy karaoke, sexiest voice
Wait,
ever. Like it's so good. I've watched it like
have you
1,500 times.
is he cute, like in person, like as a
um
per
I wouldn't say at first, but then okay, well, then when he like opens his mouth and he can like sing, it's kind of like, oh, he has like swag to him, you know? Like
you're such a slut for a musician. Like such a
I would
girl.
so be a groupie. Like if I was like born in like the 60s, 70s, I would have been like Penny Lane.
Well, it makes me think of, did you ever see those old videos of Timothy Chalamet rapping?
The ones on Saturday Night Live.
You should Google the old videos of him like at his high school talent show rapping. That's how he got his like first, like I'm pretty sure like start in the
Oh, I
industry
didn't know.
was like as a yeah. Like I think he was like a theater kid, but he also like rapped in the talent show and they are insane.
Compare Tyler to Timothy Chalamet a little bit. That's about the look. And then you're like, oh, he has some like, game there.
Jesus. Wait, have you started Love Island yet?
No, I need something. You know what I just started? Jenny and Georgia.
Oh, so I've never watched it. Is it
It
good?
is good. It
Did you
wasn't what
start
I
from
was
season
expecting.
one?
Everyone kept telling me to watch it. And I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, I'm on like episode 3 of the first season, but it is pretty entertaining.
Is it okay? Am I blanking? Wasn't there another show that said something something Georgia that
I think so. And I think it had like Kate, the chick from Grey's Anatomy in it. And I think I was
it had
getting it
like older
confused.
people in it, right?
Yeah, but this is like about a young mom who's like raising her 2 kids, like moving around.
Wait, what channel is it
It's on
on?
Netflix.
Okay, there's some show, Georgia TV show. I'm Googling it. TV show. It's like, no, Georgia and Mandy, George, what? Jenny and Georgia. Damn it, it's on like, I went on a date with a guy who's a producer for it, is why I'm thinking of it.
Like
Georgia.
The one with like Rachel Wilson, Heart of Dixie.
No, I think it might have been Jenny and Georgia in its first season.
Yeah, I guess it was like a
Netflix.
couple years ago.
Are
The
you sure there's
assistant
not like
wasn't
an
in the picture
old
yet.
there's not like an old person on no, it's not this show. Damn it, there's two old people in it.
Oh, I know what you're thinking of. The 2 old women.
Yeah.
Yes. I can't remember the
What is
name,
it
but it was
called?
super popular. I know exactly what you're thinking of.
It's Georgia something, right?
And it had I can't think. I don't remember her name.
And it was also on
Yes.
Netflix, right?
Yes. It was like
Yeah.
an A
And it
name and a G name. Yes.
yeah, I can't figure it out. Okay, so anyways, I've been thinking when people were talking about Jenny and Georgia, I've been thinking we were talking about this show, and I was like, oh, people are really getting into the old people these days. Like, and I've been like, aren't we on season like 7 or something? Okay. No, there's got to be. Wait, oh, did you watch the Alex Cooper documentary that came out today?
No. I've been at work all day.
Okay. Yeah, me too, kind of. Anyways, we'll be watching that tonight.
Okay, I need to what did that come out on?
Hulu. What are your thoughts on Alex Cooper? I've never asked you this, and I have very like strong feelings on her.
So when Alex Cooper like first came out and she was doing the what's it called? Blow Me Daddy? What was it called? Call Me Daddy, whatever.
Blow me, daddy.
Like I remember I couldn't listen to her podcast because it was so vulgar that
Run to the Gluck Gluck 9000.
it was like too much even for me to like listen to. Like I was like, this is like a lot.
I'm saying a lot.
It was a lot to listen to. So I never got into Alex Cooper. And now she's like interviewing like really prominent people, and I guess she's like classed it up a whole lot because she left Barstool and all that. But I like her now. I didn't like her when she got started, but I guess that was the way that she like pulled people in, you know.
Do you know all of the lore? Do you know the Alex Cooper lore?
She left Barstool and it was all about blowjobs, right? That's why I thought it was called Blow Me Daddy.
Okay, I'm gonna butcher some of this, but Kinsey, chime in if I'm getting this wrong. So she played soccer at Boston. She was this beautiful blonde. She started a podcast with her best friend at the time, Sophia Franklin. The two of them lived together. They started a podcast in, I think it was like 2018. And so that would have been 7 years ago when she was 23. So like a year or two after college. They mostly talked about sex. She went on dates with a lot of celebrities and well, not celebrities, but like celebrity athletes because she was really hot and she was also had played, in college. After 2 years in 2020, their podcast was bought by Barstool. They tried to renegotiate their contracts because they were getting so much press, and Dave Portnoy was trying to renegotiate it. And Sophia with an F was dating a guy. I can't remember, what did they call the guy? I think he was called the Suit. Like they had a nickname for him, like Mr. Big. And he was much older than Sophia with an F and basically told her, don't take the deal. Like, you're going to lose money. And Alex Cooper was like, I'm taking the deal, takes the deal on her own, and then gets bought by Spotify for like $200 million or something insane. And Sophia with an F has her own podcast now called Sophia with an F that is not at all grown in the way Alex Cooper's has, because even though David Portnoy kind of probably lowballed them to get their podcast, I think Sophia with an F / her boyfriend at the time was being like a little bit greedy, and they shouldn't have said no, because Alex Cooper got that notoriety through being with Barstool, like very much through being with Barstool, and then got picked up by Spotify. Now has obviously gotten picked up by SiriusXM and like has her own network, etc. So over the past year, there's been this documentary being filmed, which is basically like her comeuppance that was like showed in the Tribeca Film Festival this past weekend and is now debuted on Hulu. And a lot of bombshells have come out about it. One being that she claimed she was sexually harassed by her soccer coach while she was in college.
I saw that.
Yeah, which is interesting because her soccer coach was a female and she never brought these allegations while she was in college. So that's a whole political discord. And then on top of that, just like her coming back to Barstool, they interviewed a lot of people at Barstool, and a lot of people at Barstool were like, yeah, we never talked to her when she was here. She was like kind of too cool for school. And she has a reputation of being like kind of an ass in the industry. But then the question is she an ass, or is she getting the Hillary Clinton treatment in that she's a woman who's a very successful businesswoman and doesn't take shit and has created this incredibly successful brand, and she's just being dogged because she made it.
She was kind of like the first female podcaster, I feel like. Like Call Her Daddy has been out forever.
Made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, since 2018 in like a super successful way. And so she claims when she rebranded as her own podcast, she wanted to start taking on celebrities because she didn't want to just talk about sex. Now, the anti-Alex Cooper people will say that she never actually talked about her own sex life. She would just interview Sophia about Sophia's escapades. And she basically was using Sophia's stories for clickbait to get people to their podcast and was the interviewer, which is kind of what she's still doing now. It's never about her. Yeah. So the people who are anti-Alex will say that's why she transitioned her show, is because she does want to be more in the private eye and she enjoys kind of exploiting other people's extreme situations, stories, etc.
Interesting.
Yeah, people have a lot of opinions about her. I think she's a really savvy businesswoman, and I think sometimes savvy businesswomen don't necessarily play by the nice rules that women are taught to play by.
Well, I mean,
and she made a brand by
I don't think many of these people who have made it in all of these industries have always played nice, you know?
No, fair. Or women have used their sexuality to get to the top. They've done the opposite. So like, I don't disregard her for how she got there, but it is interesting. And I cannot wait. You know what I find interesting? So Alex Earl has had beef with like two people publicly.
Yeah.
One was her and Xandra.
Right. Xandra, and then now something with Alex
Alex
Yeah.
Cooper. No one knows what happened in either situation.
It's interesting.
And I'm curious. I'm like, are there NDAs that were signed? Like, is Alex Earl just never going to talk shit? Which I'm like, if so, like, kudos to her if she's never going to throw Alex Cooper under the bus or Xandra under the bus, because she hasn't thrown either of them.
Yeah.
But like, I really want to know the tea on
They
both
had
those
some
stories.
sort of big falling out. Because remember that big trip that Xandra and Alex Earl went on to Positano, and they like didn't have the Airbnb,
Yeah,
and they got set up in this like insane
yeah.
Airbnb and all that stuff. That was like at the height of her like kind of starting to like kind of go.
Yeah, their graduation trip.
But then after that trip, it seems like that's when things kind of had their falling out.
She's never spoken on it. Neither is Xandra. And I think that like they've gone their separate ways, yada yada. They still, I did notice, because I find it interesting. Sometimes they overlap, like the swimsuit illustrated stuff. They both still comment and like each other's post. They didn't like unfollow each other or anything, but like they don't hang out at all. And then I think that the Alex Earl one, or the Alex Cooper one, I would bet a lot of money that an NDA was signed.
Sure.
Like, the rumor is that Alex Cooper had a discussion with Alex Earl's dad, and Alex Earl's dad didn't think that Alex Cooper was like paying her what she was worth.
Oh, so
that's the rumor.
Nothing like super juicy, just like over money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, speaking of, have you done a deep dive on Alex Earl's stepmom yet?
No, is that the hot one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're both hot. Her mom's hot too.
Okay.
But have you done I'm going to add that to your homework for the night.
I think I have a little bit of this. She was like in like the industry a little bit, right? Yes. I've read about this a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything more?
But she was like was she in the porn business or like OnlyFans? Escort services.
So Alex Earl's stepmom, I'm reading this from Wikipedia, is Ashley Dupree. She's married to her father. They have 3 children. Hold please.
This is when Eve can read like 500 words a minute, just so y'all know.
So when Ashley Dupree was 19, she was a singer. She moved from New Jersey to New York to pursue her music career. And she started working for the Emperor's Club VIP, a luxury escort service.
Escort, yeah.
She was named a business coordinator and offered a job. She was later sprung into the spotlight because her client was the New York governor at the time. What's his face? The Wiener guy, Andrew Weiner. No, sorry, Elliot Spitzer. Sorry, not the Wiener guy, Elliot Spitzer. Anyways, she was an escort for the New York governor.
Wow.
Like,
they don't really like fault their daughter on like kind of exploiting herself to get started, you know?
No. Also, you know what I find really interesting is that I don't find Alex Earl sexual at all. Like, she has big tits.
But she doesn't really put herself out there like that. She's just that blonde-haired, big boobed girl. Yeah.
She plays more into the ditz role than
and
the
being
like
kind of like goofy a little bit.
Yeah, which I appreciate for sure. Do you follow Ashton Earl at all?
No, not her sister. No.
Okay,
her like complete sister.
Complete opposite, like wild. Also really smart, because Tulane's a decent school, and that surprises me. Not that they're smart being surprises me, but I'm like, I have so many questions. Like, did she pay to get in? Like, how did she get it? Like, I have so many questions. Is she actually really smart?
Blew up. She probably was like, I'm going to benefit off of this. She's hot too. You know, she kind of plays like the like blonde brunette thing that they like to coincide with.
Well, and she used to date John Summit. Also wild.
There you go. I mean, the only thing also, Alex Earl like puts her whole life out there. She's definitely raving whenever she goes to all these music festivals, has like no shame, like, you know, she kind of talks about it. So like props to her. I like Alex Earl personally. I don't have any.
No, I do too. Well, I like her and Xandra. I like them both.
Xandra used to get on my nerves. I don't know why.
Really?
When I used to watch her, I used to get charted, and she used to get on my nerves all the time. I felt like she was like constantly kind of like being like her Alex Earl. I know they kind of got started at the same time.
Yeah, fair enough. I think they're roommates. Look at Baby. Baby was like, can I be part of this? Where's my Alex?
I didn't realize that you go to Key West in 8 days. Are you excited?
Yes. So Glenn sent me the highs and the lows for the temperature. The highs 84, the lows 83.
Yeah. It's going to be hot as shit.
The entire week. Like, it does not vacillate outside of those 2 numbers.
It's going to be perfect though. You guys are staying in a hotel, right?
Yeah. No, we're staying in a hotel. We weren't going to get like a romantic room, and then we both were like, fuck it. So we got this like romantic hotel, like whatever thing. He was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, literally sit on my ass on the beach.
Yeah. check out.
Yeah, I was like, I have no interest in doing anything. I'm gonna drink a margarita, and then I'm gonna read, and then I'm gonna drink a margarita, and then I'm gonna sleep, and then I'm gonna drink a margarita, and we're gonna bang, and like that
And
is
that's
what
it.
we're gonna
But
do.
you got to go to like the southernmost point of the United States and get a picture.
That's where our hotel is.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, that's
There is a
that's
hotel that I went to when I went there. It might be the one that you're staying in. It has its own little like private beach with like a little walk up bar because like the beaches are kind of hard to get to there. So
yeah.
it's a yellow
We're our
hotel.
hotel, yeah, our hotel's on the beach, like it's beachfront.
So that's okay.
Um, yeah, and the only thing, so he wants to do a sunset sail or
I did
something.
that. You should do it. It's actually really, really
I,
pretty.
is it like the Hawaii one?
It's prettier. You're on an actual like vintage sailboat. Like it's beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think we're gonna do that, and then I want to rent a golf cart while we're there to like bop around.
Yeah. You can either do
But I
bikes
think
or a golf cart because it's like a easy get around island. You need to go to Garden of Eden, please. Just go up there one time.
okay. Can you just send me a list of all the things I need to do?
It's a nudist bar though.
That's fine.
Just don't tell
So
Glenn.
news bar, is that a thing?
Just don't tell. Well, like, yeah, just it's like it's not. It's like a little like secret, but don't tell Glenn. But it's supposed to be a completely nude bar, and you can just walk up into it. You like
So this is a funny story about him. So you know how he always talks about how he's good at art? He's always like, I'm good at art. So I've seen his art. He's actually decent at art. But I don't think he quite processes that like he's decent at art in the like I took art classes in high school way. Like I'm decent in art and like I minored in college way. So like a lot of the classes I had to do were nude painting classes. So he was talking the other day about how he wanted to do a date that was creative. And he was like, we could go like, paint pottery together or do a wine and sip or paint and sip or whatever. And there's a studio in Montana where it's a wine and sip, but you do like a figure drawing.
that's cool.
Yeah, which I thought would be cooler than doing like a still life of flowers or whatever. You know what I mean? Or like
It would be
a
cool
fake.
to pose for like figure drawing.
Do you know my mom did? My mom did for like 8 years in London.
You know,
Which
this
I find
year when we're
fascinating.
talking about little new things to try. I'm doing like ceramics. I was like, I wouldn't mind just stepping on my comfort zone and like doing that one time, like posing
I feel like
for,
you'd
like
be
a
amazing
nude
at it.
class and just like getting up there and letting people like draw you.
I think that you'd be amazing
I
at
think
it.
it'd be kind of
So you should do it. I
maybe
support
not
it.
on the west
And if you
side. Maybe we'll like go like where I don't really hang out, but
yeah, but it's in Montana. It's not like around here or these parts. But I will say, like, if you ever did that, like, I would 1000% come to your class,
I think
obviously,
it just
and
kind of
like help
freeing.
you.
I don't know. I was thinking about that not too long ago. I was like, that'd be so cool just to like have those pictures. I wonder if you can keep
Yeah,
putting up them.
yeah. Well, yeah, or at least you can take photos of them.
Yeah.
But so I was like, I don't think you realize that when you're taking art classes in college, like almost every class you take is either a figure drawing or like a still life, because they're trying to get your technique down.
Yeah.
So I took 3-hour classes all of college because your studio classes are 3 hours where you're just painting naked bodies. And so I suggest this to him being like, oh, we could go to this one. And it's like a nude drawing, which I think would be like cooler than just like drawing a fucking flower pot or whatever. And he looked at me and he goes, they're nude. And I was like, yeah. And he was like in front of us. And I was like, uh-huh.
And
And he was like, you want to do that? And it's like, it's just a
he's like
figure.
innocent about all that stuff. I feel like he's so like careful, which is a good thing.
So careful. Well, it's like that one time you like touched his arm and he was like,
He like leaned out, and I was like, no, you're my like best friend's boyfriend. Like I'm just chatting with you.
and he's like, what?
It's like Jesse and Sierra. No touching, no touching.
Right. But the fact is so like he's so like, what is happening? It's funny. Something happened recently. I can't remember what I said to him, but he was just like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, it's fine. I don't remember what it was. He was like going to his friend was talking about like some kind of party or something, and he was mentioning like a strip club or something, and he was like, "You sure you wouldn't care?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck."
Yeah, if
Like,
any
I'm not
man
looking
cheats
for a
on you with a
stripper.
stripper, says more about their character than yours.
Good riddance.
Yeah,
Good riddance.
yeah, go for it.
Otherwise, yeah, go watch the stripper.
Yeah,
Go or someone.
enjoy
Probably
yourself.
yeah, like you're fine.
That's funny.
Wild. I went to I went to a bachelorette when I went to the Lake of the Ozarks one, and we went to the strip club because we were a big bachelorette party. It was all girls, and the bachelorette got up on stage. The strippers were like, yeah, you're getting up here. And she went topless, and it was like in front of all of us, and we were like,
I think that was probably the most wild bachelorette party I've ever heard of. When I hear all the stories from them,
it was pretty wild. It was up there. It was pretty
we'll
wild.
spare the community of those stories and the assistant.
It was pretty wild. There are videos we went to, like there was like a pool party there, and they did a twerk off contest. They had a platform, like kind of like they do in Cancun. And they had all the bachelorettes get up there and they were like basically like twerking on the deck, right? And two of the girls, because it's like a twerk off contest, you're trying to win, so you get like free drinks for your group or whatever. Two of the girls just like rip off their bikini tops immediately. And then like a couple more eventually did. Our bachelorette didn't. And all they escorted them all out. And I was like, okay, fair, they shouldn't have been nude, but you did tell them do whatever it takes to like,
Right. They
and
get
now you're
picked
gonna
out.
penalize them and take the whole bachelorette party out. Like, maybe don't incentivize nude twerking and then get mad when they do a good job at nude twerking.
Oh my gosh. I have a feeling your bachelorette party is going to be a little wild too. So I got to like prepare myself and my liver for that.
I mean, you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about it on my drive home today. I was like, my bachelorette and my wedding will be small. I just like don't care to share that experience with like a large amount of
A
people.
ton of people. I can understand that.
Yeah, like I'm always like a more the merrier person. I don't think I am in this situation.
No, I
Like
think
I don't
that
think
says a lot. That's cool. That's more like private, and special.
yeah, I don't care to
Looks like
like
we are
share
going to
that.
have to wear George Washington wigs then.
There's gonna be five of you. Figure it out. No, I'll probably have changed my taste by then. What's coming up this week that we need to know about? Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Love Island. You haven't watched Love Island.
But you know what?
So
I'm chilling tonight, so I might get started on my Love Island train. I think I'm going to DoorDash some food and add to my bill that I keep saying I'm not going to DoorDash food.
me every night. I'm like, but do you want to cook? Nah, not so much. Okay, so there's a girl on Love Island named Huda. And the internet hates Huda. You're not on Love Island Talk because you probably haven't like Googled anything about Love Island. But they hate her because she picked the guy she was with within like 5 seconds. She's also, what is it with girls getting the like the spider fake
Yeah, they look
eyelashes?
like they're going to like flutter away, like
But I also feel like they went out of fashion a while ago. And like now, why are people still wearing them? I feel like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I feel like they're kind of
And what
cringe,
happens
no?
if like, you go to sleep and you have like goopies and like the eyes like stuck? It's not cute. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
No. Well, the way these girls go to bed, they got like the bonnets and the fake eyelashes and like pimple patches everywhere. I'm like, I would never. And I don't know if that's my millennial ass, but like my millennial ass would not get in bed beside a man with
with
all
an
that
old
on.
maid bonnet on? No, me either. Not at all. And
They
my
got the full
nightgown?
bonnet.
No.
They got the full bonnet. No, what that's the funny part. So they're usually in like some sexy pajama situation and then like full bonnet, pimple patches everywhere, big long fake eyelashes, and like no, it's a, I could not.
That's like, like when people come out on there, you'll see people and they like have their bonnet and their little heatless curlers and their mouth tape. I'm like, I would die. If I slept in that, I would suffocate myself. Like, I tried to mouth
Well,
tape the other night again because I'm like, all right, I'm going to try
did
the
you self mount tape or did you buy the actual one?
bought the pink one off of TikTok, but it doesn't have a hole in it. So I put it on. I'm like sitting there breathing, watching, and I'm like, I started to hyperventilate, and I'm like, I'm gonna die. Like I don't even know how to breathe normal through my nose. I'm like breathing too hard. I was just like all in my head. Like I don't even know how people start doing it.
So I didn't buy the ones off TikTok, but I was like gonna try in my healthy journey. And so I just taped my mouth shut. And don't try that at home.
Yeah. I'm like having like a full blown panic attack at like 10:30 in the morning. I'm like, well, or 10:30 at night. I'm like, this isn't helping my cortisol levels.
No, they're in Love Island. They're fully like that. Anyway, she like gets wiped up with this guy like on day one. And then she tells him like after 3 or 4 days that she has a kid. And his response is to go, and she was like, look at me. And he goes, I
Is
can't.
he also a kid?
He's 24,
Okay.
23.
Then yes.
She's a 5-year-old. And she told him she had a second bedroom. And he was like, oh, yeah. Like in his confessional, he's like, yeah, I thought it was a sex room. Turns out it's the bedroom for her 5-year-old daughter.
I can't. I can't.
Like he sounds real mature. He sounds ready to be the
Yeah, I
father.
think I think she should pick him. I think that would be the winner of the whole thing. So that's how the
What are you
show.
going to
Okay,
do
what
next
is the
week?
what is the age range of Love Island?
It's like 23 to 28. The US one, okay, the UK one's the original. It's filming right now too, but there's a 2 week delay before it shows up on Peacock for us to watch it. So it just started like a day or two ago, but we can't watch it yet.
Okay.
The UK one is better. It's funnier. The people are wittier. It was the original. The US one, and they're doing an offshoot of like, where are they now of the whatever Love Island people to follow them in like Los Angeles, like pursuing their influencer careers or whatever. The US one is cringier, but in some ways funnier because it's cringier. Like, there's a guy on the show, his name's Ace. his entire back is tattooed his name.
Just his
Like
name.
in case, just his name, just Ace in letters. Like half of his back says Ace. Hold on, I have to find a photo of this.
Would you date a man that had a tattoo of his name on his body?
So I once dated a man whose name was Jason, and it was written down his arm. And when he would shake your hand, it would say Jason.
So the answer is yes.
Anyways,
It's okay.
um,
I've dated some guys that have had some really ugly tattoos, so I understand. Or
well,
obey
we know.
really ugly tattoos.
You know, the thing about it is wait, I have to find just the actual still of it. Hold on.
I've always kind of wanted a tattoo. I've just never really known like what I would want to get.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like as long as you get something small enough that it can be deleted, it's no big deal. But okay, so this is his name.
Nice. Okay.
It just says Ace.
That's his only one. Just that.
That's the only one. And it's like, in case you forgot his name, no worries. And I'm like, did you go into the store? And they're like, what do you want tattooed? And he was like, yeah, my name.
Dude, this guy that I know that dated my coworker, when they broke up, he got like a full like tattoo mural, whatever that how you say that word. Mural. Down his back. Like went into surgery, went into the operating room, got put under anesthesia, had like 4 tattoo artists come in, and it was like this like church thing, and he was out for like 10 hours while they tattooed his back, which is so dangerous. Yeah. And it's just like this, it's like this big devil coming up out of the ground with like God coming down. It was like let me see if I can find this picture. Like, it was crazy.
You finished watching Secret Lives, right? Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
I never watched it. Everyone's telling me to watch that too.
Yeah, you're way behind here, baby girl. So one of the episodes came on. Well, I'm on 8 out of 9. But anyways, the episode came up and it shows this woman's kitchen. And I kid you not, she has like a 4 foot by 6 foot like painting of Jesus. And not like Jesus on the cross, like Jesus walking across water, but like modern Jesus. Like you're not quite sure if it's Jesus or just a friend walking across the water in her kitchen. I like screenshot it and I was like, come again. Wow, that's just you saw what's his face? Machine Gun Kelly did his entire back, like entire self in black.
It's like in black. Now, what's the point of that? I want to know. I need some people to pipe in on this, and if y'all are listening, like, what is that?
Why are you doing that?
Like, why do you want to paint like your skin like? And it was like lines and stuff. I'm like, how are you? You can never get rid of that, right?
No. Well, I mean, I guess with extensive removal, but like the
so
pain that must have cost. What about like the ink poisoning?
Yeah. That's a great.
That can't be good for you.
What else is in tattoo ink that you have to be careful with? Because there's I remember I've like read it as something with like metal and stuff. I think there's like a certain type of not lead. I don't remember.
I don't think there's anything good about tattoos. Trust me. Like I have 4. I'm saying that I still don't think there's anything good. Everything in moderation. Maybe don't get your entire body covered up with it. Which, by the way, Pete, what's his face?
He's been getting his removed.
He's been getting his removed. That campaign, though, that he did recently, I think it was with Skims, where it looks like he doesn't have any. You know, he still has them. They just photoshopped that.
Did not. I thought that he had gotten them removed. But I think it was Calvin Klein, wasn't it?
Yeah. He's still, I mean, they're still getting removed.
I think honestly, you know what? It took away from him. Him not having his tattoos, it took away from Pete Davidson.
No, now he just looks like a skinny white boy.
Yeah. I actually think he looked better with like the artsy tattoos on him.
You remember when he got the brand, the Kim K brand?
On his body? I think he got that one removed though, didn't he?
You can't. It's a brand. It's a burn. That was the whole point.
Was like a branding. Okay.
That was the whole point was he was like, I've got all these tattoos, but like this can never be removed.
Wow.
Fast forward after they dated for what, like 5 months?
Yeah. Way to check that off your list. Everyone else has to.
Literally.
Yeah.
There's no part of me. Like if someone told you, how much would you have to be paid to get branded?
Like of some man's initial?
Yeah, your husband's initials. How much would you have to get paid?
How big is the brand?
Where's the brand?
Where is it?
It's right
How
here.
big is it? If it's real little? I don't know. Like a million.
Okay. Well, on that note, I'm gonna let you order some DoorDash, and I'm probably gonna do the same.
All right.
Love you.
Bye.
Farewell so long.